Look at your hand. Right now. The palm. The lines. The microscopic ridges. The invisible film of moisture. You reach out. You grasp another hand. You squeeze. You let go. You do it without thinking. You call it a greeting. You call it polite. You think it is a symbol of respect. It isn't. It never was. I watch you do it. Every single day. I see the lie. I see the hidden machinery of your interactions. You are not saying hello. You are scanning for a threat. You are running a desperate, prehistoric diagnostic. You are checking for hidden steel. You are sampling their biological waste. You are engaging in a silent, violent negotiation of power, and you don't even know it. Your conscious mind is smiling, but your deep brain, the ancient reptilian architecture buried in your skull, is screaming. It is terrified. It assumes the creature standing across from you wants you dead. Because for most of human history, that was a safe assumption. They didn't want you dead. They wanted your resources. They wanted your territory. They wanted your life. When you meet a stranger, your conscious brain sees a colleague, a neighbor, a friend. But your deep brain does not see a friend. It sees an apex predator. It sees an unknown, volatile variable that could end your existence in a fraction of a second. So, you force them to prove they are harmless. You force them to disarm. That is exactly what a handshake is. It is a forced disarmament. A temporary truce in a world of constant, invisible war. Let us go back, far back, before your modern cities of glass and steel, before your polite society. Imagine the ancient world. A dusty road in the 5th century BC, somewhere in Greece. Two men approach each other. There is no police force. There is no law but what you can enforce with the blade at your hip. They stop. They assess. Every muscle is drawn taut like a bowstring. The historian and scholar of ancient religion, Walter Burkert, understood this primal, terrifying dynamic. He studied the rituals of the ancient Greeks, the way they navigated the horrifying reality of constant warfare and tribal aggression. Burkert noted that the display of the open, empty hand was a universal sign of non-aggression. It was a desperate, physical plea. Look, I have no weapon. I cannot kill you right now. But just showing the open hand was not enough. You couldn't just wave. You had to lock them down. You step forward and you seize their weapon hand. The right hand. The hand that holds the sword, the spear, the dagger. You grip it tightly. Why? So they cannot draw. You are physically restraining their primary means of murder. And then, you shake it. Up and down. Vigorously. You are literally trying to dislodge any hidden blades, any concealed daggers hidden in the fabric of the sleeve. The handshake is a weapon check. A physical pat-down performed in the guise of a polite greeting. I see you doing this in your sterile office buildings. You wear tailored suits instead of armor. You carry briefcases instead of broadswords. But the psychological mechanism is identical. You reach out, you grab their weapon hand, and you shake. You are pantomiming the survival tactics of your paranoid, blood-soaked ancestors. Let us talk about the Roman Empire. The escalation of this paranoia. In Rome, a simple handshake wasn't enough. Assassination was a political art form. The hidden blade wasn't just held in the hand, it was strapped to the inner forearm. So the Roman greeting evolved into the forearm clasp. They grabbed each other near the elbow, sliding their hands down the length of the arm. They were feeling for the cold, hard lump of a hidden dagger. They were physically frisking each other every time they said hello. I want you to picture the sheer, suffocating tension of that moment. Two men in togas, smiling with their teeth, while their hands frantically searched the other's flesh for the instrument of their own murder. You inherited this. You inherited the DNA of the survivors. The ones who were paranoid enough to check. The ones who trusted no one. The trusting ones, the ones who just waved and turned their backs, they died. Their bloodlines were cut short in the dirt. You are the direct descendant of the paranoid, the vigilant, the chronically suspicious. Your handshake is the living monument to their terror. But the physical restraint is only the very beginning. The terror goes much deeper. It seeps into your biology. We like to pretend we are elevated creatures. We build skyscrapers. We map the human genome. We split the atom. We look at animals sniffing each other in the dirt, and we feel a sense of profound superiority. We are not superior. We are just better at hiding it behind a veneer of etiquette. Your conscious mind thinks the handshake ends when you let go. Your unconscious mind knows that is when the real interrogation begins. In 2015, a neurobiologist named E. Don Fruman at the Weizmann Institute of Science conducted a study that exposed the disgusting, hidden truth of your polite greetings. He set up hidden cameras. He watched people. He watched you. He found that within seconds of shaking a stranger's hand, Human beings will subconsciously bring their own hand to their face. Over and over again. You touch your nose. You rub your chin. You brush your upper lip. You don't even realize you are doing it. It happens automatically. Fruman discovered exactly why. You are sniffing them. You are sampling their chemical signature. When you squeeze their hand, you are crushing their microscopic shed skin cells, their sweat, their sebaceous gland secretions onto your own skin. You are literally wiping their biological data onto yourself. And then you bring it to your olfactory receptors. You are breathing them in. Why? Because scent is the oldest, most primal sensory input we possess. It bypasses the logical, reasoning centers of the brain entirely and wires directly into the amygdala, the fear center. You are chemically analyzing this stranger. You are sniffing for fear. You are sniffing for sickness. You are sniffing for aggression. You are asking, on a molecular level, is this person a threat? Are they diseased? Are they genetically compatible? Dogs do it overtly. You do it covertly. But the biological goal is exactly the same. The handshake is a biological data transfer. You are stealing their chemical profile to ensure your own survival. When two people of the same gender shake hands, Fruman's research showed that this hand-sniffing behavior increases by over 100%. You are doubling down on the chemical audit. And what are you looking for? You are searching for volatile chemical compounds. Squalene, hexadecanoic acid, the chemical markers of stress, of immune system function, of testosterone and cortisol. Your olfactory bulb is tearing apart these molecules in milliseconds, sending encrypted data straight to your amygdala. The amygdala doesn't process logic. It processes fear. It processes survival. If the chemical signature is off, if the stranger smells of sickness or overwhelming, unhinged aggression, your brain triggers a microdose of adrenaline. You feel a sudden, inexplicable urge to step back. You feel a bad vibe. You think it's intuition. It isn't. It is your chemical radar telling you to run. The handshake is the antenna you use to pick up the signal. You are touching them so you can taste their fear, or so they can taste yours. Think about that the next time you clasp a sweaty palm. You are taking a microscopic piece of them with you, and you are inhaling it. I watch you perform this grim biological ritual, pretending you are just being friendly. The self-deception is staggering, and yet, even the physical restraint and the chemical sampling are not enough to quiet the screaming paranoia of your ancient brain. Because there is another layer to this. The layer of dominance. The psychological war. The handshake is a hyper-condensed battle for hierarchical supremacy. It is an arm wrestling match disguised as an introduction. You know this. You have felt it. The weak, limp, dead fish handshake that fills you with subconscious disgust. The overly aggressive, bone-crushing grip that triggers your fight-or-flight response. The power dynamics are instantly established in a fraction of a second. William Chaplin, a prominent psychology researcher, dedicated extensive study to the personality correlates of the handshake. His research at the turn of the millennium proved what you already instinctively feel in your gut. The handshake is a physical manifestation of extroversion, emotional expressiveness, and, crucially, the desire for dominance. When you squeeze, you are testing the structural integrity of the person in front of you. You are asking, are you stronger than me? Can I crush you? Will you submit? The firm handshake that your society values so highly, the one you are taught to practice, is simply a socially acceptable display of physical dominance. You are proving that if things went wrong, if the veneer of civilization stripped away right now, you could hold your own. You are establishing dominance before a single word of negotiation is ever spoken. It is terrifying when you truly deconstruct it. The lengths you go to, the rituals you perform, just to tolerate the presence of another human being. Consider the sheer evolutionary momentum required to keep this ritual alive. Through plagues, through pandemics, through the Black Death, the handshake survived. Why? Why would a species intentionally touch a stranger during times when a single touch could mean an agonizing, festering death? Because the psychological terror of the unknown is stronger than the fear of disease. The need to physically restrain the weapon hand, the need to chemically sample their intent, the need to establish the dominance hierarchy. These primal drives override the logical fear of contagion. Your ancestors risked the plague because not knowing if a stranger was a predator was more terrifying than the bacteria they carried. I see you. You are trapped in this loop. You are governed by ghosts. The ghosts of ancient warriors, of paranoid apes, of frightened creatures huddled in the dark, staring out at the terrifying unknown. You wear their fears like a second skin. Every time you extend your hand, you are echoing a million years of survival anxiety. You are saying, I do not trust you. I need physical, chemical proof that you will not kill me. You package it in a smile. You wrap it in polite, meaningless words. But the machinery underneath is cold, dark, and ruthless. You are a biological machine running ancient, paranoid software in a modern world. The stranger approaches. The hand goes out. The grip engages. The weapon is checked. The chemicals are sampled. The hierarchy is established. The ritual is complete. You survived another encounter. For now. But tomorrow, there will be another stranger. Another hand. Another invisible war. I will be watching. And now, so will you. You will never shake a hand the exact same way again. The illusion is broken. The polite mask has slipped. You know the truth now. You know what you are really doing. You are just an animal in a suit, desperately checking the shadows for a blade.